Hey everyone, it's been a while since I've done another Achilles tendon rupture update, so I thought it was time. It's been about 3.5 weeks since I took my boot off, and I've been going regularly to see my physical therapist. So I thought it was a good time to do another update video and talk specifically about how PT has been going. All right, so just looking at my notes here, and let's start talking about it. I guess timing wise, I got my boot off about 3.5 weeks ago, and then in my last video I talked about this. I tried to schedule with the PT right away. I couldn't do it for about a week, and so I went in about a week later, and then I've been going and seeing my PT 2 times a week while doing exercises at home multiple times a day. And I feel like I kind of get it a bit more now. Like basically the first time you go in to see the PT, or I guess see a new physical therapist, they do something that's I think it's called like an evaluation. And it's a more, I mean, it kind of is just what it sounds like. It's like an opportunity for your new physical therapist to be able to evaluate your condition and write up a bunch of notes and start to think through and also provide you with a protocol, which is, I think, another just sort of like medical term, but it's documentation, it's process you should be following so you can recover. And so during that first visit, did a bunch of, I guess, exercises or just like measuring of and evaluating of my Achilles. And then my PT also did walk me through sort of a general timeline that usually patients go through with this sort of injury. All of that was very interesting. All right, so let's talk about it more specifically. So every time I'm going into the PT now, it's kind of split. I go in for an hour. The time is usually split in 2 different chunks of time. For half the time, I'll be doing exercises. So sometimes it'll be doing the exercises I've done at home. They also introduce new exercises. They also are having me do exercises that they want to watch me do. And so I'm like not ready to do them at home quite yet. So that's about half the time. And then the other half I'm getting, I don't know what it's called, but they're basically like massaging and working out my Achilles. So sometimes they'll use different tools. Today I did cupping, which is, oh my God, I can't even explain what it is. Like if you know, you know. And then other times they're using this like scraping tool on the back. I also don't know how to describe this. This is like, I feel like I'm not being very helpful, but basically they're using different types of tools to like really work out that area. And it's kind of nice. It feels like you're getting like a massage on that area. And because of how stiff it is and there's a lot of buildup, I think it's like scar tissue. It's like you really gotta work at it to make it go away. And it takes time. So that's usually how my physical therapist appointments are broken out. And then I've had a list of exercises that my PT has given me to do at home. And I've been doing them about 2 to 3 times a day, sometimes more, or like sometimes sporadically, because some of them I can just do at my desk. And if I'm like watching a video or if I'm in a conference call where I'm not contributing, like I can just be sitting at my desk and doing some of the exercises. Yeah, and I think it's just like a good use of time. I think I've had about 5 appointments so far. The first was my evaluation. The second was my first actual just like regular PT appointment. And it was interesting. During my 3rd appointment with them, I actually felt like I had a tiny breakthrough. And it's hard to describe. Let me try. Basically, like once I took the boot off, you're allowed to start walking again. And it's very difficult. And it's like you don't really know why it's difficult, but it is. And it hurts and all the things. And during that 3rd appointment I had with them, they actually really started to teach me how to walk again. And I've never thought so intentionally about walking. After that appointment, I started to really think about my posture. It's like my posture, but also like how my foot is hitting the ground. And I'll show you some clips because I think it'll be more interesting and better to visualize it this way. But when I was walking with my boot, it was a lot more like constricted, and it kind of feels flat-footed in that sense. So when I didn't have the boot on anymore, I think my foot was used to that. And also it's just like, it's really stiff and it hurts. So like you're trying to protect it. But how we normally walk is heel to toe. Like it seems obvious. So it's like you put your heel down, put your toe down, and then you keep going. Well, it's very hard. It was very hard at the beginning to do this and also just feel safe and comfortable doing this. But that's actually how you have to push through some of that pain to get yourself back into walking. Basically, during my 3rd appointment with them, I felt like I had a mini breakthrough and I was like, oh, I get it. Like I had forgotten how to walk and now I remember, and this is what it feels like. So I thought that was pretty cool. It wasn't actually until my appointment today that I felt like I was actually really good at walking again. Like it felt fairly normal and I wasn't in a lot of pain. I'm still my foot is still very stiff if I'm sitting for a long period of time and then I get up to walk. I like have to get into it slowly. And then mornings have also been really tough because I mean, when you're sleeping, your foot's not moving a lot and it's usually in the like pointed position like this versus this. But yeah, I feel like I'm actually I'm actually walking a lot better now. For all of my appointments with my PT, they have me take off my shoes, take off my socks, like the whole appointment's done barefoot. But I've also found that it's a lot easier to walk with shoes on versus walking barefoot. So it's like when I'm trying to be really intentional and think through walking and practice that, shoes off for sure. And then I'm not walking outside at all without my shoes on. And I found that it's actually like, yeah, I feel pretty good at this point, 3.5 weeks later, walking with my shoes outside. So overall, things are going really well. I will say, I still feel like it's been going fairly slow. Like, I don't know what I expected, but it's a combination of feelings, both feeling like, wow, I've made it so far, but also there's so much time left to recover from this. I'm both trying to be patient, but I also want to push myself through the pain because part of it is just like, it's gonna hurt, it's gonna be stiff, and you have to do what your PT and your doctor tell you to do, but you know, go through the motion and do the exercises regularly to really work out that area. So it's all about balance. Life is about balance. I think that's gonna be all for today's video. I'm planning to film another video after this one to talk about the different types of shoes and boots and like walking things that I've been using over the last like over 2 months now, because I've gone through a lot of shoes and boots and stuff, and it's been interesting, and I have some thoughts on it and hopefully some recommendations if you're trying to figure out your shoe situation. So make sure to look out for that video next. And if this is the first video that you're watching, I've been doing a whole series of videos about showing you the behind the scenes for my recovery from tearing my Achilles playing basketball back in January, over 2 months ago, probably more now, maybe it's like 3 months ago. And I'll make sure in the video description below that I've linked to the whole series of videos. I'm not at the end quite yet, so there'll be more videos that I'll be making in this series as well. If you have any questions about your Achilles tendon rupture, leave them for me in the comment section below. I'll do my best to give you some thoughts or answers. Of course, I'm not a doctor or a physical therapist, so I would always advise you to go to them for expert advice and for any specific recommendations as it relates to your injury. But if this just happened to you, like I totally feel for you. I was feeling so lost and sad at the beginning, and so I wanted to make this video series, hopefully help you get a better sense of what this whole process is like and ask better questions to your doctor and your PT. I think that's gonna wrap up the video for today. Again, my name is Alexa. If you're new, I would love for you to be a subscriber. I usually make videos on this channel about design, careers in tech, and what it's like living and working remotely based out of San Diego, California. And like this video if you thought it was helpful. Okay, I think that's gonna be all for now. Wishing you the best with your recovery, and I'll see you in that next video. All right, bye.